Phyllis and Sharon hatch a plan to entrap their captor, and Nick and Billy receive an ominous message. Today, on The Young and the Restless, Chloe gives Chelsea and Adam her blessing, Phyllis and Sharon try to escape, and Alan pushes Tracy to marry quickly. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. At the ranch, Victor, on the phone, says, "Send him in." Adam enters and Victor gives him a brisk hug. Adam asks about his health. His dad is feeling better. Adam warns, "Just take it easy." Victor asks what's on his mind. Adam tells him he was right. Moving onto the ranch was the best thing he could have done, and bringing Chelsea with me. Living under the same roof with Connor has been so much better. Victor reminds Adam his son asked for it. Adam says he's happy. Victor thinks Adam is too. He suspects it has to do with Chelsea. Adam admits they're closer, and it may be possible to have the good times back again. Victor says he deserves happiness. It seems everything in his life is falling into place. Victor admires how Adam jumped back in the saddle at Newman Media. Adam points out he built it from the ground up. Victor admires how he dealt with Connor's OCD as a dad. Adam says part of him wants to make him proud. If he could live up to his legacy, that's all he could hope for. Victor doesn't take that for granted and will support him and also Chelsea. "She's welcome in my family." He asks, "Now, where do you go from here?" Adam won't pressure her. He already got her to have dinner with him and open her mind to the possibility. Whatever is next is up to her. Victor admires how Chelsea has found herself. Adam's grateful he sees her in a new light. Victor will always be there to support him. Adam sighs. It's nice to be so aligned with him. He's grateful. Victor appreciates what he has said. Adam nods. "Thanks, Dad." At the old ranch, Chelsea asks Chloe what she thinks. She feels she's walked into the belly of the beast. Chelsea felt off at first as well, but now it feels like they're home. Chloe asks, "You're not together with Adam?" Chelsea says they're not back together officially, but they're on their way. Chloe knows he loves Connor. Chelsea says he's a good dad and has become so much less selfish. She knows Chloe thinks he's bad news and invites her to let her have it. Chloe surprises her by saying she's really happy for her. Chelsea gulps. "Are you okay? Do you need medical attention?" Chloe says she's learned that it's pointless to warn other people about their choices. She'll never be Adam's biggest fan, but she admired how he handled the situation with Connor. "I didn't think he had it in him. Maybe they're stronger together. If Adam is what Chelsea wants, she should go out and get him." Chloe knows she'll make the right decision for herself. Chelsea's so relieved to hear this, she's really happy. "Am I crazy to think Adam, and I can really make it work this time?" Chloe shrugs. "Why not? What could be better for the three of them?" Adam comes in and greets Chloe cordially. Chloe thanks Chelsea for her hospitality and wishes Adam well before leaving. He tells Chelsea he went to see his dad, who sends his regards. Adam asks about her visit with Chelsea, who says she was helpful. He guesses she told her to pack up bags. Chelsea surprises him by saying Chloe has blessed their reunion. Adam hedges. "Is that what this is? A reunion?" She replies, "Maybe. Don't blow it." He whispers, "Never," and kisses her. At Billy's house, he and Nick puzzle over Havenhurst and how it ties in with Sharon and Phyllis' situation. Nick says Chance's team is looking into it and warns Billy against clicking the link in the text. It could be a trap. Billy argues it's the best lead they have. Nick decides they should give it a shot. In the park, Ellen watches Sharon and Phyllis trying to pick the lock on the door of their locked room and smirks, "Good luck." At the club, Tracy gushes to Jack and Diane that she never thought she would get married again, but Alan is kind and generous. She's so lucky to have found him. Jack says he's the lucky one. Just then, Tracy gets a text from Alan urging her to order champagne so they can celebrate properly. He's on his way back. Jack and Diane squeeze her and then head upstairs. Tracy texts Alan that she'll get the champagne and meet him in their suite. In the mental hospital, Phyllis mutters, "Come on, come on, come on," as she struggles to pick the lock on the door. Sharon watches hopefully behind her. Sharon takes a turn and Phyllis tells her it's not in all the way. They bicker until Sharon reminds her they can't turn on each other. Phyllis takes another try as Sharon coaches. Suddenly, Phyllis thinks she's got it. Suddenly, a loud alarm goes off. They cover their ears and cower. Alan meets Tracy in their suite, and they kiss and hug. She has candles lit and champagne ready. He wants to take over now and makes a toast to how wonderful she is. "You've changed me. I'm a better man because of you. Tracy, I just can't imagine living the rest of my life without you." Alan gazes at her and gushes about how lucky he is to have met her. Tracy's grateful to have found him. He wants to make it official and pulls out the engagement ring, opening the box. Tracy tells him it's perfect, just like him. He wants to do this right and gets down on one knee. "I love you. You're everything to me. Tracy Abbott, will you marry me?" She says nothing would make her happier. Alan slips the ring on her finger, and she thanks him for all of the magic he's brought to her life. As they kiss, his phone dings and a notification pops up about a potential breach. At the hospital, Phyllis manages to shut off the alarm. Sharon says there has to be another way. Phyllis hollers that there is no other way. Sharon's sure someone will find them. Phyllis yells that their family won't find them. Restless Billy and Nick save Sharon and Phyllis. soaps.check-news.com/the-news/7734755/Billy-Nick-save-Sharon-Phyllis. The *real* reason Young and Restless Sharon and Phyllis were taken captive might surprise you. Young and Restless blindsided fans with the reveal that Tracy's fiancé was the sick freak behind Sharon and Phyllis kidnapping, leaving us not only to fear for the beloved Abbott, but also to try and figure out what his motivations could possibly be. As it turns out, the real reason behind the plot might not be what you're thinking at all. Even more unbelievable than Phyllis not returning Daniel's calls right after he agreed to join the team at Abbott Communications was the idea that Sharon would go missing yet again on Young and Restless after all she'd been through. But that's exactly what happened. Both Phyllis and Sharon went MIA, and we soon discovered they were locked up in an abandoned mental facility together. What ensued was nothing short of what you'd expect, loads of bickering brought to a fever pitch by panic, with fleeting moments of cooperation, not to mention comic relief, thrown in for good measure. They soon learned they were part of an experiment, seemingly to test whether or not they could work through their considerable differences in order to survive. Just as realization was dawning on Sharon that they might not be freed anytime soon, Young and Restless viewers learned who their captor was, and it was a shocker. We came up with a pretty solid theory as to why Alan/Martin targeted Sharon and Phyllis, but we still had to question why the writers would put Sharon through this again so soon after her ordeal with Ian and Jordan. Phyllis, too, had been through the ringer with Heather's death and nearly being killed in a car wreck. No sooner did they start to get back on their feet than the rug was pulled out from under them. Why? If you've been paying attention to the way this has played out, you may already have a clue. The kidnapping took place immediately after Valentine's Day, which featured Sharon imagining a reconciliation with Nick and Phyllis dreaming of reigniting her old spark with Billy in Paris. When it was revealed that Sharon and Phyllis had both gone missing, the story centered around Daniel, Summer, and Nick, with Chance being pulled in to help investigate their disappearances. It wasn't long, however, before Billy got in on the action, and it's worth noting that he's been like a dog with a bone since he discovered Phyllis might be in danger. He kept calling her burner phone relentlessly. Fast forward to the present, and we have not Daniel and Nick, but Billy and Nick racing to Havenhurst like the proverbial white knights to save the damsels in distress. It stands to reason, then, that the plot may have been conceived by the writers as a means of reigniting the feelings teased in the Valentine's daydream sequences between Schick and Philly. Still not convinced. There has to be some sort of payoff for the Sharon character after all she's been through. What better than a do-over with the man she's never stopped loving? As for Philly, while that pairing seems less likely given he's still in the honeymoon phase with Sally, Young and Restless teased a Phyllis/Billy/Sally love triangle this year, and with Phyllis and Billy working side by side, it's not a stretch. Phyllis has already been dreaming about Billy, and his protectiveness of her is clearly evident. Should the rescue make him realize there are still feelings there, it's only a matter of time. Be sure to vote for what you want to see happen below.